once again. The score is 1-1. Who's going to break even here with Orange Esports on the blue side, Team HAQ on the red side? We have to keep a very close eye on the mid lane here because, again, Mon, he has to play these first couple of levels very well and to trade mostly against Stormy because Stormy, he's going to be a little scared to walk up here, and that is so very smart coming in from AIM, using the wall at level 1 to make sure that Stormy doesn't have to walk up.
But I think Team HAQ overall does need to play a lot more aggressive here because Eudora does have similar issues to Selena in that she is very single target and needs to snowball in order to actually scale up into the game. The same goes for Gary.
Well, let's find out. Lola is taking way too much damage here. Lola should not be losing these trades out to Neo in the earlier stages of the game, but he did at least commit a sprint.
AIM, he is way too far out of his ballpark right now. Forced the flicker away, but that's 3 members of Team HAQ, 2 of which do magic damage. So, like what we mentioned, Mon, he needs kills, and already he gets the first blood.
Yeah, this is looking so good for Team HAQ so far. And right now, we need to expect dives coming on the bottom side. Yep, there we go. Orange Esports already commencing it.
Yep, Lola gonna be picked off, but now, Stormy gets picked off as well, and now, is Valence alive? Valence is alive! And man, he flickered too far, he gets killed off. Valence even comes back for the assist, just for that little bit. Mon actually tried to cut him off, but Valence going to read that movement, so he gets out safely.
It just feels like karma, right? Like Stormy ends up dying on the bottom side, top side Valence survives, and they even get a kill of their own. The score is 2-2.
And now Gary still looking for a dive, but he obviously will not full invest on this. This is a little bit too dangerous.
Yeah, looking over at these neutral objectives, this is something that Team HAQ is going to struggle with. They're going to be looking for picks, and that's about it. If they can contest for this, they will try, but it all depends on the numbers advantage.
Neo gonna be buying a lot of time. Subway actually does manage to secure the turtle. Cold Altar gonna be forced out, and Min is completely out of position. No fatal links as well, so he will be sacrificed by Team HAQ.
I feel like Min he felt like he could get out of there. He really did, but AIM with a great Guardian's Bulwark, making sure that he cannot, a Nature's Barrier, to cut his exit off because he already used the perfect match. Now, they're going to start bleeding their lead into the jungle, and Gary has to be careful because he has to be mindful of Panda.
This is the danger, isn't it?
Yeah, but at the same time as well, seeing how Panda is playing, it feels like they need to set up for a little bit more.
But speaking of setting up, AIM gonna tank basically everything out of Mon, and he still walks out alive. That is one of the unfortunate problems of the Eudora. If you don't get that one shot, you basically do nothing else.
And he's going to keep on doing this, keep on making sure that AIM is low.
It's tough to go for this one shot, right? If you think about it, Orange Esports, they've got double purifies to kind of put themselves in a situation where they force Mon to overcommit a little more and maybe get picked off. And I feel like this is going to be a tough spot to be in.
Yeah, really tough spot. But Team HAQ, they're not too far behind as of yet. Only about a 1k net worth difference. I don't think this makes a very big impact, but definitely puts a timer on Team HAQ's head.
Yeah, I think Team HAQ as of right now being mindful of these purifies is going to be important, right? Because Mon, if he's going to look for the one-shot on Valence or Stormy, it's either he follows up on already laid out CC by Min, or at the very least force it out of Valence so that Min can have an even easier time for this setup. So again, there are many layers to this, but in terms of sub-emblems, all of which are taking either magic penetration, a little bit of attack speed, and more importantly, all movement speed.
Yep, they have to, sustain their way throughout the entirety of the fight. But as of yet, it feels like Orange Esports, they're trying to buy time for Valence a little bit more, while Team HAQ is trying to set up for Esmeralda. So I feel like it all comes down to winning and dragging onto the middle stage of the game. They don't need to force over commitments and lose out too much economy because of the fact that both win conditions heavily dependent on either Lola from side Team HAQ. For Orange Esports, it is going to be on the Claude.
This upcoming turtle doesn't look very good for Team HAQ, unless Min can find a really good ult here.
But they are all stacked up. AIM actually gonna flicker backwards to avoid the fatal links, gets the 3-man wild charge. Subway secures the turtle with that lethal counter. And Orange Esports actually outplays the Atlas initiation.
really nicely done coming in from Orange Esports. They were timing it to make sure it's perfect.
And now Panda is in danger, gonna force out that ultimate, but the wall blocks him in place, allowing Balance to get more poke damage as now Min comes from the backline to protect him. Subway not gonna get close enough for the lethal counter as Stormy overextended. Slight miscommunication resulting in the Faramis losing his life.
A bit unfortunate, but he's going to come back to life relatively quick here from his passive. And I think, this does mean that Panda is forced to recall here. And maybe, I don't know, Gary doesn't seem like he wants to go for this any longer. He would much rather power farm on the opposite side of the map. But the fact is, he has to kind of hold this wave until Panda gets here.
Oof, this is a very, very difficult situation. They're calling Lola despite an early Enchanted Talisman, but it seems like they are going to force the fight.
That's a 2v4 right now, and Subway gonna get cut out by the Fatal Links as aims the 3-man wild charge, securing the Blazing Duet for Balance. They're gonna trade out, but Aim gonna be the double kill for Gary. That is not ideal at all.
And that's going to be a very big turnaround for Orange Esports. Now with 1.5k in the lead, their next place is to let Neo keep on doing the work. He's already ahead of Lola. The game state could not be better for Orange Esports.
Yeah, and speaking of the match as well, you can see Gary, he's building a little bit more scaling-wise, but you can see Orange Esports is starting to build a little bit more Athena shield to tank the initial burst coming from both Man as well as Gary, and that is going to be something that eventually Orange Esports will be able to deal with. As long as they can tank the initial burst, Eudora pretty much sits still and does nothing after the initial wombo combo. But seems like this is going to be Aim trying to buy time for the rest of the team to actually set up for Team HAQ, but I don't think Team HAQ wants to make an attempt right now.
No, not yet. Not yet. Not without that Eudora. She needs the Eudora to break those purifies as soon as possible.
Yeah, but now they're gonna look for Aim. They know he doesn't have Wild Charge, so the Fatal Link pulls him back. Team HAQ picks off the enemy Roamer, and without that, Orange Esports doesn't have frontline. They're not gonna be able to walk up to contest this turtle, especially with Stormy taking all that poke damage as well. So they're just gonna settle for Neo, pushing the top lane as much as possible, but will he go too far? Lola's here, Man is here, Gary is here. He's got 3 health bars, but there's 3 members of Team HAQ on top of him, and he is not going to be able to escape.
He took the wrong way there. He should have just ran down the lane instead of trying to take the shortcut through the river.
But now they get the wild charge onto Man, forcing the flicker over. But guess what? There's a wall in front of you, and Subway picks up that kill as Balance. What are you doing all the way back here? It's working though. He already got the kill onto Panda. Min trying to clear the wave as best he can, but he is too late, and now he is alone. Fatal Link, but where's the backup? He does actually buy enough time for him to flicker out though.
Yeah,
nicely done.
Yeah, Team HAQ is getting a little bit desperate, but at the same time, Team HAQ winning all these small engagements, but macro-wise, Orange Esports is winning on both fronts. Neo is forcing out rotation from Team HAQ on the top side while completely allowing Valence to take tier 2 down bottom and also clear the entire 2-3 minion waves as well as a kill onto his Panda down bottom. So that's huge economy value and swung onto his Orange Esports side.
Orange Esports, right now, they are just timing Team HAQ. And when they have these cross-map plays, it looks so good for them because they are all catching up and trying to cut them off at these conjunction points of the mid as well as the bottom side of the map. So if they do this again, expect to see Orange Esports looking for these objectives, forcing Team HAQ to come to them, and then looking to punish immediately after once they have the information of the movement.
Oh, and speaking of movement, concealed play, Blazing Duet picks off Panda. 2-man Fatal Links, but again, no backup. Gary, though, from the backline. Guess what, Stormy? You found him. He's going to be able to take him out of the equation. So far, a 2-for-1 trade. As now Orange Esports wants to continue the push, but Team HAQ will deter them from taking this tower.
I mean, honestly, Team HAQ, they're playing it as good as they can get, but they need more of these picks. They kind of don't have a choice. Split pushing is a little difficult against Orange Esports. They just have so much control over the map.
Yep, and seeing how things are going down right now, Orange Esports, I'm really surprised by having this Faramis. They would expect a little bit more fight, but oh my goodness, Gary, he got solo killed by Neo, and this is not what Team HAQ is expecting as well, because the Lord is going to be up for grabs.
Absolutely not, and now Neo is just doing an excellent job of pulling all of Team HAQ's attention to himself, allowing Subway to contest the Lord for free. Team HAQ right now, between a rock and a hard place.
Truly they are. I mean, Team HAQ is slowly losing this game, and they're bleeding out. And Orange Esports can only get stronger from here on out. And I think Orange Esports are very aware of Min. If they get caught by Min, that is their biggest problem.
They're diving for this. Aim gets the two-man wall charge into the blazing duet. Fatal Link means nothing because Cold Altar keeps Orange Esports alive. Stormy pulling Lola back. Man actually gets saved by the wall for a moment, but not from the Thunderclap as Neo comes in to join the party. And after winning that fight, Orange Esports goes back to macro play, taking towers. Valence just narrowly avoiding death, but he's already done his job. Lola now, he has to back off, gets pulled back a large distance into the lethal counter. Still alive, but not the tier 2 mid.
So well done from Orange Esports. They are making sure that their plays are successful with the help of Stormy to guarantee that they don't trade back against Team HAQ. As long as Orange Esports take the initiatives like this, when Team HAQ walks out of the base, they should be able to secure this in the next 2 minutes or so.
Well, the Lord now going to be pushing up the bottom side. Orange Esports, they're not going to escort it because Neo is shoving up the top. Oh, aim! 3-man wall charge on the tower itself. Blazing duet by Valence into the backline. Cult Altar keeping all of Orange Esports alive, but aim will finally fall. Panda, he's looking for the defense, pops his ultimate, but Thunderclap just completely bypasses it for the killing spree in the hands of Neo, and Orange Esports make out like bandits.
So well done. And right now, AIM is on fire. Whenever he has this flicker, he's been successfully finding 2 or more targets with that wild charge alone. And Team HAQ have no response to this. Mon having to flicker out of a dangerous situation.
Yeah, Team HAQ is in this situation where they are struggling to deal with Neo, right? They're forcing so much commitments on towards Neo. They're dropping every single spell. But if you think about how Team HAQ has this composition, this Eudora is finally hitting a stumbling ceiling where there's only so much this Eudora can do. Even the max amount of items with cooldown is not going to allow him to spam his way through the 3 HP bars on Neo as of yet. So I feel like Team HAQ, they have to shift the focus and completely ignore Neo. But at the same time, if you ignore him, he's going to be ratting your towers.
Yeah, and that's the problem, right? Every cross-map play is where Orange looks to converge and find Team HAQ to actually conjoin together and punish them their aim. He might do this all over again. Gary's got to get out of there.
Team HAQ, they're going to be able to successfully disengage from that. That concealed play looking very intimidating, but Orange Esports may have already been successful. They zone Team HAQ back to the confines of their base, and the Lord is coming back up in 5 seconds.
Oh, look at the position of Neo as well. He's already setting up the potential rat from this bottom side, and with the Lord on the top side, Team HAQ is forced to make a decision. Focus on Neo or concede the Lord. And having the double retribution up on Subway seems like they have no choice but to just concede it.
Yep, no point contesting it. They can barely walk out of their base, and now here we go. AIM looking for an angle.
Yep, he does have the flicker, but he'll just settle for Lola as Min finds a nice fatal link, but Cult Altar just in time, keeping them alive. Gary will fall. Here comes Subway. Neo still has 2 HP bars despite standing in front of Team HAQ the entire time, and Stormy is taunting them in front of their base. They know they've wasted a lot of important cooldowns. Now they're gonna be looking for more. Lola gets a nice falling star moon, but the Thunderclap nearly takes out Panda in 1 shot. Team HAQ not even safe under their own inhibitor. At the Luminous Lord gonna be pushing into the base. Neo shoving up top lane. So annoying, this Masha. Team HAQ, they have to invest so many resources because they don't have enough damage to take out the Lord. So Orange Esports, they're just playing around here. This is like a playground. This is a team park for them. And it is going to be Team HAQ who finds a 2-man Fatal Link, pulling them back into the base. AIM gonna be taken out. Stormy dies as well. So no support for the side of Orange Esports. This could be good for them, but Subway's so tanky. Valence, Wind of Nature keeps him alive for a while, but he gets shut down. Lola secures the killing spree.
Finally, a turnaround for Team HAQ. I mean, Lola is starting to scale up into this game. He's been farming really hard. He's 4-1-3 with Avarice as well. It's going to be tough to kill him without the help of Valence.
This is quite dangerous for them. Lola, he by himself can already zone off the rest of Orange Esports. They need to wait until Valence respawns, but that's another 10 seconds. So Team HAQ clears up the entire mid lane of towers, and I think that should be good enough for them.
I think this is a small victory coming from Team HAQ, considering that they need to play around the models coming from Panda. As long as he catch multiple heroes from the side of Orange Esports to set up with the Fatal Links, it is going to be able to allow Panda just completely chunk the backlines of Orange Esports. But of course, like we said as well, they need a very, very prerequisite situation, and it all comes down to whether or not Min gets the perfect catch to allow Panda to go in for the setup. And I think that's pretty much a win condition for Team HAQ. And if everyone from side Orange Esports clumped up, it allows Man a little bit of opportunity to deal the damage that he's required to do as a traditional mage.
I think Team HAQ has to be really careful with where they pick their fights. The most ideal situation would be in the lane where there's not a lot of walls that they can take, that Orange Esports can take advantage of to get a wild charge off. If we pull up the items here, it's going to be full damage coming out of Gary. Lola already has his 4 items and is looking to build the Ice Queen's Wong, and Panda finally completing his last item. No immortality whatsoever. Opts to go for Alhaz's Claw to ensure that even if he does get hit by the Thunderclap from Neo, he can heal back to full.
That's quite a risky path to go for, but I think it definitely works out in this situation.
Yeah, and based on the immortalities as well, we only see 2 players having immortality. That's going to be the Atlas as well, the Balmond coming from both teams. I feel like we are going to be hitting the 20-minute mark very, very soon, and eventually they have to start building up immortalities. And Panda, like you said as well, full max items. Is he going to sell his shoes to get another Wind Talker?
I don't know if he wants to get a second Wind Talker, but we'll see what his build is going to be at the end of the day. Lola in the middle of the 3 here.
Oh, that's a lot of poke damage, but he will survive. Look at Neo on the top side, though. Orange Esports, they want to force this fight to buy time for Neo. Fatal Links kind of wasted by Min, to be honest. His aim, he flickers forward, but gets caught by the ball lightning, and so he won't find anyone with the wild charge. But Orange Esports, they're all here now, including Neo. Cold Altar keeping them all alive, but Panda, he's got so much AoE damage. Min gonna get taken out. Lethal counter nearly kills Lola, but not quite enough. That's gotta feel a little bit scammed by Subway. He will trade his life for Min. Meanwhile, Neo still pushing up top lane. Stormy in a 1v1 against Lola. He's not gonna survive that, but he's still alive. Lola gets another kill.
Oh my goodness. How many ball lightnings did we see in that fight alone coming out from Mon? He is getting some significant cooldowns. He was able to get it 4 times, and now this is going to be a 5th time. Goodbye, Neo.
Oh, but here comes Balance, though. He saves him. Blazing Duet gets the trade kill onto Man. Lola, he's on a mega kill streak right now. This Esmeralda's terrifying as aim just runs into a wall with absolutely no one in front of him. Lola taunting to his face.
Yeah, if Lola landed that falling Star Moon onto Valence, I think it was over for Valence at that point. There was no way to disengage him from then on. However, Team HAQ, the only disadvantage that they have right now is the fact that they don't have 2 inhibitors. Orange Esports, that lead is completely gone.
Yeah, and with the Lord coming in as well, Orange Esports, they have to make the play. Looks like it's not going to happen.
Yep, Gary already secures it. Cult Altar forced out to deal with the AoE damage from Panda. This Melissa is on fire right now. Team HAQ, they already got the objective. They don't have to continue this fight.
I think they... I want to say that they should, but considering how many ball lightnings came out of Man, the cooldowns on it, he's maxed it out. Like, they are very, very short. And looking at the damage dealt, like, Lola is an even bigger problem as well.
Yeah, but when it comes to damage output as well, yes, arguably Mon's stats is not that high, but he has a very, very strong one-shot potential. But as of yet, Aim, he's gonna get caught out.
He has to use Wild Charge to get out. Balance past the Blazing Duet, but Panda has Wind of Nature. Fatal Links, that's a weird interaction. His Subway is pulled into the wall, and Panda picks up the double kill. But here comes Neo. Thunderclap does pop the immortality, but it's not enough. He gets Min, but Balance has been taken out. Unstoppable. Triple kill going over to Panda. Aim by himself, defending the base. Guess what? He's gone, and so is the game from the hands of Orange Esports.
How did they pull that off? The impossible win condition, the dream catch, the Fatal Links wombo combo from Melissa. You can see the size of relief from the backside of Team HAQ core members. Who would have thought they pulled that comeback? And my, oh my, Orange Esports definitely dropped that ball. But I'm looking forward to see how Team HAQ was able to execute that as